welcome back to Knitting with Metal. Tonight we are continuing, of course. This is going to be a fairly large project, so it's going to be a continuation all the way through. Of the Viking knit chain. So we're going to be continuing on this, and let's start by saying hello to chat. Excellent. And we will start inviting people. Granted, I'm not entirely, I don't think there's going to be a lot of turnout this time. Just for the fact that it's fairly late, which I understand that. Unfortunately, that's the time that I ended up stopping. So, I stopped super late last night. So I didn't want to start doing that. But if I keep putting it off, then it's never going to get done. I guess that's the epitome of procrastination. Excellent. All right. Hello. All right, and so now I guess I'm gonna share this live so that some more people can come on here. Copy. Excellent. So now we're going to... Hey. That was weird. So now we're gonna copy, post, and we're gonna do that to all of the groups. And then we'll get started on this weave. We're just posting on the groups here, so we get a few more people. Excellent. All right, so as you all know, welcome. This is Knitting with Metal, and we are continuing with this. So we're actually going to flip the camera. I know that it's terrible looking, but that's unfortunately what we got to do. So let me just flip this. Hello. And there's a light. Nice. All right. So, as a lot of you know, we are doing the Viking knit pattern, which is fairly simple. It's the single knit, not the double knit, just to keep it simple. We started off with this flower piece, which we made from a ruler, and we wrapped it around 6 times. And then that made these little petals that we started the weave off in, and we've gotten down to here. And basically you go behind the next one in line, and you pull it out through the top. Ooh, that was exciting. So yep, we just keep on putting it through behind the next loop and pull it over our line. Now, of course, don't make it too tight, because I've done that in a few of these areas, and it makes it really hard to get the wire in and through. So make it somewhat loose, but like even. You need to make sure that I stay in frame. Oh. Well, I guess we are getting a little bit extra time, because I forgot to set the timer. That's all right. But this is a fairly simple pattern, and it requires no solder, no torch, very little tools even. I mean, you just need like an Allen key to like keep it on, and you don't even need that. You could use a dowel, but the Allen key has these grooves that really match up really well with these lines going on down, so it matches fairly well. But you could use a dowel. To get it started, you need like a ruler or something, just something flat and even. Just to get the flower started, and maybe a pliers or nippers, but very, very little tools needed to make a very beautiful chain. Now this is a pulled chain, so once we get to a certain point, and once I actually make my once I actually make the dang thing, because right now I do not have a draw plate and I need to make one, so that's gonna be, I'm probably gonna do like a separate showing of that, making that, and then maybe making a few other tools. That might just be a separate episode. But I do need to wait until I get home to make that. I should have made that this week, but you know, life ended up happening, and just I did not remember to make it. So see, this is one of those tight areas I was talking about, where I kind of drew it too tightly. But that's okay. We'll get it done. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully good. I'm doing all right. I'm on my way back home. Right now I'm in Virginia, I think. On my way back. Is he still backing up? But yeah, this is a very simple pattern. Very good for learning how to make a chain. And of course, sorry about it being so late. Unfortunately, that's when I was able to stop for the night. So that's just how it ended up working out, unfortunately. I have stopped in the middle of my day, like doing my 30-minute break, and coming on and doing a live, but I don't really like doing that, because a lot of the time it takes me a little bit of time to set up, and then a little bit of time to take everything apart, and that just ends up meaning that I'm actually stopped for like an hour instead of just 30 minutes, and it really screws up on my delivery times, so I try not to do that. This is one of those tight spots that I was telling you about. There we go. Like I said, you really don't need tools, but you know, there's some tools that help. Like I'm about to grab a pair of pliers. just to get it through. Nope, it needs to be a little bent upwards. Like I said, it's helpful to have like a pair of pliers or something like that, but as for jewelry projects go, this is very minimalistic as far as tools needed, which I think that makes it really good. Come on. Oof. Might have to take this out. Now, if you do take it out, just be sure not to squeeze too hard, because then you'll start the process of it shrinking. So if you're doing any type of pulling or anything like that, you want to make sure that you get it back onto the Allen wrench before you do anything like that, or else you'll end up making it so that you can't continue the pattern. How's everyone doing tonight, though? Hopefully good. I've of course stopped for the night, but I've got a lot to do tonight. Besides this live, I'm needing to also record a bunch, which is fine. We are doing a split ring this week. And it's going to be in copper because I'm starting to run low on my silver. And I want to still be able to continue making nice projects. And I want to have that silver available for anyone who wants me to design something for them. Alright. At this point, we are going to be flipping this into the middle of the weave. Don't worry, it's basically when you pull it, you're going to be, hello, when you pull it, anything that's in the inner part is not going to come out. So it's not going to stab anyone or anything like that. It's just going to sit there and chill. So now I'm going to grab the next piece of line, and of course, where's my ruler? Of course I don't know where my ruler is. Oh, there it is. Good. We're going to measure out 2 foot of this wire. And then we're going to continue on this pattern. Oop. I hate the fact that my wire ended up getting very, very tangled. Alright, now where did we stop here? We stopped on this one. So basically you're going to go through this one again. Bring this down. You want like a little bit of length, just so then you know that you have a solid anchor here. Then you're going to bring your line over top. There we go. And then we're going to continue with the pattern, which is of course going through the next in line here. Now when your line is really long like this, you want to make sure that you don't have it crinkle up or tangle, especially if you use the same wire that I'm using. This wire, I don't really like it. It's very fragile. And if you bend it around too much, it breaks. Very finally. I figured that out. So sometimes, to help you get into some of these, if you did what I did, which was tie some of these too tightly, you can try moving the Allen key so that it kind of makes a gap there. To try to make it easier here. Okay. Come on. Alright, so I got it through one. Now I'm just gonna bring it back up and get it through that secondary area. And then pull. This is why you work with a shorter line, because a longer line will basically make this part extremely difficult. Really cool work with the chain work. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, if anyone wants to type anything, write anything, ask questions, I do try to read out all of them. Now, unfortunately, because of this setup, all of the chat is upside down for me. So if I'm having trouble reading, that's why. That is why. Alright, this one's really tight. I really need to figure out how to fix that. Come back here. So what I'm doing here, it's so tight that I actually have to bring it through. Hello from Arizona. Hello. But yeah, I have to kind of bring it through and then bring it back up. Come on, get into frame. Bring it through, then bring it back up, just because it's so tight there that I can't get it with the Allen key there. Excellent. Now we're going to get this back on to the Allen key so that we can pull this through. Try to not make it as tight for the next line going down. Now again, this is a fairly simple pattern. We've got we started off with a flower up here, 6 petaled, so you just wrap the wire around something kind of flat and long 6 times to get individual petals like that. And then you continue the pattern by going behind these loops. Ugh. This side is just dreadful. I feel like I've almost done this with every single one on this side, and I don't like it. There we go. So again, just behind the next loop in line, bring it over your line, and you just keep on doing that down. Now this is the single knit. The double knit is a little bit more complicated. because it involves you. It's the same pattern, but you basically have to step up. So like, hey, see, this is what you don't want that, because that's gonna ruin everything. Straighten that out with the pliers. That's one of those kinks that will that can very well knot up. When you're near that beginning point that you started, you want to make sure that your wire's over top of that stray wire. And there we go. But yeah, so the double knit would be, instead of doing the first one, you'd actually go up to the second and put it through that one and continue like this pattern. But right now we're doing the single knit. It has a lot more negative space once you pull it, but it's a lot simpler, and I thought to start this out because I've never actually done this particular one. I've done a few pulled wire chains, but not this particular one. So I wanted to start out easy, and then we'll go up from there. If, of course, everyone's liking this kind of setup. I'm really liking the fact that I figured out how to do my other camera. Because it was just becoming, I could not see the first couple of of lives that I did doing this project with the front-facing camera. It just did not work. As you can see, sometimes I do use the pliers just to get it in and around. Sometimes it helps, but honestly, you really don't need a lot of tools. That's one of the good things about this project. The draw plate is the biggest one that you need, because you do need a draw plate. But that's fairly easy to make. It's just holes. You just do holes. That's all it is. So you can just do what I'm doing is putting it in wood. See? This is why it's, I don't like this wire. As you can see, this piece snapped off. I think this was the, that piece that got tangled. So, this is why I don't like this wire. But it was cheap, and you know, I'm getting what I paid for, I guess. But yeah, I do really like how this is coming out. If you guys like it, just, you know, comment, hit the like button, stuff like that. And this project seems to be getting a lot of people excited. Like, a lot of people are really liking this project, and I mean, it's like I said, it's a fairly good project. I like it. Simple. It's elegant once we pull it, of course. I think that's going to be the next episode of Knitting with Metal. I think I'm going to have the draw plate ready. Okay. So now we're gonna come back up. Hello. There we go. All right. So, hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. We've gotten a fair bit done, and it's looking really good. So, like I said, I think next week, or the next Knitting with Metal episode, we're gonna actually have a draw plate, hopefully. So, we're gonna be working on that and drawing this through. And of course, if you liked this episode, hit that like button. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and the bell, so then you can get notified whenever I put out a video. I try to do about 3 videos a week, 2 of the Knitting with Metals, and of course, the jewelry channel, which is the Pendragon's Twisted Metals. So if you like metalworking or jewelry working, then head on over and hit the subscribe button. And we're doing a bunch of new projects. I've got a bunch of projects lined up, so you'll be definitely entertained, at least. But unfortunately, that is the end of this episode, and I hope that you all enjoyed, and have a wonderful evening.